someone and get to know them, get their cards, get their contact information, et cetera. Another place where the government does hire and recruit from regularly are colleges. So even though you may be a college, you may be out of school already, get back in touch with your college. Get back in touch with the Career Center. As an alumni, you may have an opportunity to still participate in their job fairs at the colleges. You may have an opportunity to talk with folks at the Career Centers to find out more about the recruiting that's going on there. And a lot of those federal career internship positions get recruited out of colleges as well. There are military associations and some military groups like Corporate Gray. It's called Corporate Gray, that also sponsors some job fairs as well. So those are some times when I do recommend, using some of the alternative routes to USA Jobs and to build a network and join professional associations as well. There are federal employees who are part of professional associations. They're accountants, they're lawyers, they're managers, they're trainers, they're HR people. So they are a part of these organizations as well, and it is an opportunity. Below, I've just listed three links to recruiting events, aka job fairs, of FBI, Secret Service, Peace Corps that are there. There were a lot of opportunities that they were actually hiring for, and they did have their events listed there pretty prominently, and they had several of them throughout the year as part of their recruiting efforts. And that's just a very short list. Also add to that list Corporate Gray. As I said, if you Google them, you'll definitely find them. I mentioned earlier, in the earlier slide, the FCIP, or the Federal Career Intern Program. Here is an actual vacancy announcement that came across my desk not too long ago. This one actually has a December 31st deadline, but they're reusing this announcement, and they've updated it. So there's another position exactly like this that's open right now. So I want to highlight a couple things in here for you to share about that program. And so when you start looking, also keep this in mind. So the positions for an instructional systems specialist, it's a training and development type position, and it's for the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. So you see the announcement number has FCIP at the beginning of it. So that tells you that it is the Federal Career Intern Program position. It's a grade 9 position, but notice in parentheses it has promotion potential to GS-12. So the salary range there is from over 50 to over 65, plus you have other factors in there like locality and things like that. The Federal Career Intern Program this is the part I want to highlight. I'm going to try to do that for you. A 2-year entry-level full-time employment and career training program in the accepted service. That means it's not in the competitive service. So this job is likely not openly being advertised as many places as the competitive service jobs are. Designed to prepare individuals for a career in public service, FCIP participants may receive a permanent full-time position with the Food and Drug Administration. FCIP is open to students and non-students. You do not, and I didn't write this in, this is in the announcement. You do not have to be a student to participate in the FCIP. So let me interpret that a little bit for you. I'm sure you got this part. You do not have to be a student to participate. this is the part I want to just go over. FCIP participants may receive a permanent full-time position. So it's not considered a full-time career position with the federal government. It's really considered more of a temporary position. However, it's a 2-year temporary position, and it comes with federal benefits. Oops, let's go back there, sorry. It is very highly likely that if you do very well in that 2-year position, you will then also do very well and get converted to a full-time position. And it will likely be a position that you don't have to compete with others for. The other things in the vacancy announcement to note, as opposed to a USA Jobs posting where you're submitting your resume right then and there into the system, one of the many application builders that the government uses, they have you email your resume to someone. I just blocked out his email address here. But they actually have you email the resume to them. They also mention that veterans will receive preference, and that's also another shortcut route for veterans, military spouses, and folks like that. I'm not going to get into the veterans part too much. We may have a specific class on some of the veterans programs another time. But it is a program that is available to you, and it goes on to give you the requirements. So the bottom line is this is a very real alternative route into the federal government. And each year the number of competitive jobs, which are those openly posted ones, has decreased quite a bit as the government employees and hiring managers seek to really hire people faster. Imagine if you're the hiring manager and you have these openings, just numerous openings that you need to fill. While the process does serve its purpose, you also want to be able to shortcut those processes as well, while still following the confines of the law and the rights of the law to get the right people in and the best people in for the position. So I want to tell you about that route as well as I want to take a brief intermission as I introduce a program to you that I've designed to help you with this whole process, create the position, the resume, the KSAs, and really create a real plan of action for your job search that can help guide you through the process. Following that, I'm going to come back. We're going to jump into 2 more critical keys. I'm going to share some real-world client examples with you that will give you some tips on creating those best resumes and KSAs so that you can land that federal job. The program is called Land That Federal Job. It's a coaching and training program that is designed to really help you, to kind of walk you through that process of getting through the process, targeting the job that's right for you, knowing how to really configure and customize your resume and your KSAs toward those. These are not, you cannot just use a cookie cutter resume from your corporate world and use just short paragraph answers to submit your application when you're specifically targeting a job. So those are the things that I really want to show you, as well as share some more of those shortcut programs. I have a list of resources. We've got a full tracking of all the job fairs that we keep a list of. I have a plan of action sheet that really works you through the process so that you know what to do pre-application and post-application. One of the issues that I found in working with people just as a resume writer for some time was that after I've written their resume, they don't know what to do next. So then they're still stuck with not being prepared for that interview, not being prepared for what happens if they don't make the referral list for that particular job. So really want to help you build that plan of action, and also want to step you through some of the other gotchas that people are faced